Well, we're nearly at Seville and we're just going over the suspension bridge, and the traffic has just suddenly gone from being nice and quiet country traffic to city traffic.
Yeah, we're excited to go and visit Seville, but like every city we go to, it's traffic!
We're in Seville.
We're in Sevilla.
So we've parked up and we're walking, as always. First stop, Tourist Information Office, to pick up a map, so we can figure out what we're going to do over this weekend. We'll probably stay in Seville for a couple of nights. There's a number of different places that you can park up your motorhome or campervan in Seville, and we've chosen a really big one that's free. And you always take a bit of a risk when you park in a free one because they're not secure. Like the one, we're just walking past one now, where it's 15 euros for 24 hours. But you've got the peace of mind that your van is secure overnight. But if you're living on the road and doing this kind of thing every day, that adds up to a lot of money.
It's more than half our daily budget.
Exactly, so we can't really afford to do it.
Yeah.
So we always take all of our valuables and stuff with us anyway. In our backpacks. Just so that we got our computers and stuff, so if we were robbed, passports, then we can still make these cool videos. So we haven't been in Seville for very long, but already driving around and walking around, it feels like a really clean, nice, looked after city. Yeah. You just get an impression as soon as you come into a place, don't you?
Yeah.
And it just feels nice. So we've just been into the Tourist Information Office that you can see behind us, and they have two types of maps that you can get. They have a big one that Marianne's holding up now, which is €1, which is probably the better one because it makes things a bit clearer.
And this one was free.
Yeah, or a small free one. And the lady in the Tourist Information Office, Maria, was most helpful. So thank you, Maria, for giving us lots of advice of places to go. And we're really excited. We've got some really nice things to show you guys this weekend. And it's always worth asking, is there any really special streets or foods you've got to try? Yeah. Or which attractions you have to pay to go in and which you don't. So she's given us the full ins and outs, and we've marked them on the map. So it's going to be a good day.
And the oldest bar.
Or weekend. And the oldest bar in Seville. So we're going to try and find that. We're at the Plaza de Espana in Seville.
Amazing building, absolutely amazing. There are 4 bridges that go over to the main building, which are to represent the 4 kingdoms. There's a massive fountain in the middle, and it's actually formed in a semicircle with 2 big towers either end, and it's formed in this shape to show that it's embracing the colonies.
In America.
In America, in Central America.
In Central America. Hey, funny you should say that. We're going there in January.
Here's one we made earlier.
So what's amazing when you walk around is the details of the tiles. There's just tiles on the steps, tiles on the floor. The whole walls walking up the steps are covered in different tiles. There's artwork on the walls, pictures in tiles. It is so intricate and amazing. Architecturally, this place is really, really interesting, and it's just worth a walk around here just to see. You'll get some great photos. Absolutely beautiful. And the floor that we're walking on is just made up of loads of different coloured pebbles, and it's almost like a pebbled mosaic. It's absolutely stunning and must have taken forever to make this. I pity the poor man on his hands and knees trying to lay that one. And you've got horses and carriages taking people around the square. And there's obviously, you can rent boats because there's little boats going around the moat of this amazing structure.
Yeah.
So we've come down to the centre of Seville, to the Alcazbar, which I think is how you pronounce it, which is the famous old palace. And the queues are huge, and it's even low season. So we did try and book online, but it says that you need to do it a few days in advance. So we're thinking we might try and come first thing tomorrow morning when it's opening, and maybe slightly less busy, because we're around lunchtime, so it's like peak time. And the queue behind us is very large, and it doesn't really seem to be going down at all. When we were in the tourist office, Maria suggested an area to walk around with lots of little cute old streets and just a really nice place to walk around. And so we've come here. It's just north of Ascaba, the palace, and already there's lots of little nice squares, little places to eat. There's really quaint little side roads. Coincidentally, one of Marianne's friends back in the UK, Yvette, she wanted us to buy some tea because she bought some in Seville when she was here earlier in the year, and it's run out. And Marianne's just Googling it, and it's literally a couple of streets away from where we are now. So we're going to go and get Yvette some tea while we're here.
We're on it. Yvette, I found your tea, and I know why you came to this shop. It just smelt so beautiful. All the freshly made herbs and the little baskets. It's absolutely glorious. It's an absolute sensation on the nostrils. Beautiful job. Thank you.
So Marianne's just been practicing her Spanish and has ordered what we think to be a couple of tapas dishes.
I think I've got it down.
And a couple of coffees.
I've got it down. As you came up with the idea of a
Tapas crawl.
I think we should do it.
We're going to do it. We're going to eat lots of food.
I married you for a reason, and let that reason be eating and drinking.
Excessively. Okay, I'm happy. This food looks super amazing. I've got like artichokes with prawns and fried garlic and oil. And Marianne's got pesto, melted cheese, and some little toasty bits of loveliness. Oh, it looks so good. So we're going to eat now.
All gone. It's so delicious. So we've just had a beautiful lunch. That was our first food, our first tapas, and now we're going to carry on through these beautiful streets and find some more lovely food. But it's so lovely to have these beautiful Seville orange trees everywhere and these beautiful tapas bars, so you can eat al fresco, watch the world go by and just chill. It's one of the most relaxing and just positively fabulous places to come. This probably is one of my favourite places so far.
So another thing as you're walking around Seville is the cathedral. They have a huge cathedral that you can see behind me. They're currently doing work cleaning the stones, but it's absolutely beautiful. And also horse and carts everywhere. So, you know, if you want to see the city in a different way, you can rent a horse and cart. But we're off to try and find the oldest bar in Seville, which Marie very kindly told us yesterday in the Tourist Information Office. So we're going to go exploring and try and see if we can find the oldest bar. So walking around Seville, they have these really cool trees. You can see them behind us. It looks like something out of the jungles of Borneo. And to be honest, we're not really sure what sort of trees they are. So if you do know, let us know. Pop a comment below, because we can't actually find out at the moment.
Well, who needs Tom Tom when you've got Chris Chris? He's done it again. He has found this bar down this little tiny road. I am amazed at his skills.
So behind us is the oldest bar in Seville, built in 1670. So I think it would be rude after finding it not to go in and sample the beverages. So let's go for a beer.
We're in. It's packed.
It's very busy. Cheers.
Very busy, and we made some new friends who gave me a beer.
Hey!
Hey, hopla!
It's quieting down a bit. We've actually found a bit of standing space at the bar.
Yeah.
It's a really cool bar. They got hams hanging from the ceiling. Loads of people hanging out, eating tapas. Wow, what an experience. So, Seville's oldest bar was absolutely ram-packed.
Full of fabulous, kind strangers that giggled and laughed.
It was a really nice atmosphere.
Lovely, friendly atmosphere.
Yeah. So definitely worth a visit if you're in Seville. So we're going to go now and try and find the local market.
Oh yeah.
We always like to find markets in the cities. And so yeah, let's go and have a check out the market.
As you walk around Seville, even in the back streets that are not the tourist ones, there are bars everywhere with lovely little chairs and tables, and everyone's just chilling out on the weekend. It's such a lovely street culture, and we're really enjoying wandering around and seeing all these beautiful places to eat and drink. Literally.
And it all smells so good. So although the main market food stalls seem to be closed, it's absolutely rammed. And funnily enough, it's like, I don't know what time it is, maybe 3, 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And this is actually the lunchtime rush, and it's absolutely packed. Food stalls absolutely everywhere. Feria Market. It's definitely worth coming down here if you want to see some local foods, try some tapas, but be prepared on the weekend. It's really busy. Wow, that is an insane place. How packed was that?
Oh, the feeling there is amazing.
So we're going to walk and head towards the Triana district of Seville, which is, yeah, home of Flamenco, where it was born, and apparently has some of the best tapas in Seville.
So as you walk down the streets, you can't help but peer into people's doorways, and there are the most fantastic ornamental gates and beautiful tiled mosaic walls and steps. Early dinner. Cheers.
Sangria, beer, and we just ordered a small moussaka and a potato omelette.
It started raining. We were going to get home. Were we?
We were on our way home.
In the general direction.
In the general direction, and we have made progress. But yeah, the weather's just taken a turn for the worse. So it would be rude not to have a little bit more tapas. The last place we went was beautiful.
Really nice.
And we were sat outside, they had heated lights out on the street, so it was nice and cozy. Mm-hmm. And we thought we'd just head slowly home, having a little bit of, we've got some nice olives here now, and it's just so nice. So rather than having a big dinner, we're just going to have lots of little bits of tapas on the way home.
So I ordered a goat's cheese with like honey, like a burnt honey over the top, with walnuts. And then it comes with these little biscuits. You can spread it on. So that was bar number 3, and we had some lovely ham and some nice goat's cheese with honey.
We're up bright and early today.
Oh, we are.
Because we want to try and get into the palace in Seville called Azkaban. So we thought, it's a cloudy day. If we get there a little bit before it opens, fingers crossed there may not be long queues. So we're nearly there. It's about 9:15, 15 minutes before it opens. So just round the corner, we'll see whether there's a queue. And there is. A bit of a queue, but nothing compared to yesterday. So we're in.
We're in, we made it, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's €11.50 each for the unguided tour. So we picked up a map and we're going to start walking through the gardens, which are beautifully manicured.
Absolutely.
And fortunately, the sky is blue.
It is. And when you come in, you have to go through security.
Yes.
They scan you, put you through a metal detector. And when you pay, just be aware that if you pay by credit card, you can only pay in your local currency, like sterling. They don't accept euros on card, which obviously means just be careful of the exchange rate, because they've probably got a terrible exchange rate. So it's always best to bring cash.
There is such an absolute crossover of North Africa and Spain here. It's got all the beautiful metalwork, the lovely mosaic tiles. It's just so pretty. So I just read on one of the boards that actually the upstairs area is still in use, and it's the country residence of the King of Spain. So Chris and I have both realised after 23 years of marriage that we've only ever experienced one maze, and that was both of us went to Hampton Court Palace, and they've got a maze in the garden there, and Chris just told me that he got lost for hours and his grandma had to come and rescue him. But this maze was created in 1914, so let's see if we can get lost. We've only been going probably about 10 minutes, but I think we might need Chris's nan. I think you're supposed to get to the middle. We made it to the middle. So now we've got to find our way out. These gardens are spectacular. And there's fruit trees everywhere.
I'm surprised anybody in Spain ever has a cold with the amount of oranges there are.
Yeah, the amount of vitamin C going on.
There's like a serious amount of oranges.
No vitamin C deficiency here, I hope.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. So when you come here, I would definitely allow about 3 hours. There are so many little staircases, doorways, portals, gardens, fountains.
Big queues.
Big queues. But yeah, no, once you're in, definitely spend a couple of hours.
So our time in Seville is coming to an end, and we're slowly making our way back towards Trudy. And it's been a really cool weekend.
Yeah, would we recommend it? Definitely.
Definitely, 100% I would come back to Seville. I would come back and I would love to spend a week here eating.
Yeah.
Because the food has been amazing. There's so many little eating places, as in lots of places in Spain, but it's just been particularly nice atmosphere, I think, in Seville.
Yeah, we're not really townies, but this is definitely something that we've enjoyed.
On to Trudy, and we are heading north to see if we can get into the Axbar. Sorry, cut. When I went to the toilet in the bar, it didn't say men or women on the door. Well, it did in Spanish, but it didn't have a picture of the male and female. So I stood there really confused, and then was about to enter the ladies when luckily this Spanish gentleman guided me back towards the gents. That could have been an interesting one.
So chatting to one of the guides who's showing people around the Alcazar. I said what I say every day. It's funny, isn't it? We live in a van, and you went, well, it's not so much that. We've just parked our bed in Spain for a bit.
Well, that's what you've done, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, worst case scenario, they're stealing our pants. I told him it was noisy because he had earplugs.
I do. I have no problems putting earplugs in my ears. In fact, I call them snore protectors.
Why is that then, love?
You snore.
I snore.
And they're more than welcome to steal my pants. They might have a shock after living in the van for 7 months.
All the tiles just seem to fit, like it's just designed, it's made, which obviously is what a stupid thing to say. Cut to embrace.
Ah,
I can't remember.
neither can I.
Cut.
Leaving this place, the sun's about to break. You're riding shotgun. The feeling we chase, I'm wide awake.